Change doesn't happen by chance. It happens by choice. So choose to be better every single day. The power to change your life is within you. Take the first step and everything else will fall into place. Are you ready to transform your life? What if you had the right advice? The kind that could change your mindset, your habits, and your future for the better? In this video, we're diving into the top 10 personal development tips that have the power to change everything. This isn't just another motivational speech. It's practical advice that will push you forward and help you create lasting change. These tips are simple, but incredibly effective. Stay with me, because the wisdom coming up will challenge you to become the best version of yourself. Now let's dive in. Number 1, what to do with money. Money is a tool, but it's not just a tool. It's one of the most powerful resources you'll ever manage. It can work for you or against you, depending on how you handle it. The way you treat your money determines the kind of life you live and the legacy you leave behind. If you earn money and spend every last bit of it, you're not building anything meaningful. You're simply surviving, and survival alone is not the goal. The goal is to thrive, to grow, and to create a future where money works for you rather than you constantly working for it. Growth starts the moment you take control of your money and direct it toward things that truly matter. First, you need a clear plan for your earnings. Divide your income into categories that reflect your priorities. Take care of the basics first: food, shelter, and other essential needs. But don't get stuck there. Many people fall into the trap of living paycheck to paycheck because they never think beyond the essentials. Growth requires discipline, and discipline means setting money aside for your future before you spend it on today's desires. Save at least 10% of what you earn. Not 5%, not 8%, 10%. This habit is more powerful than it seems because it's not just about the money itself. It's about building a mindset of self-control and long-term thinking. Savings represent discipline, and discipline is the foundation of personal development. But saving isn't the end of the journey. It's just the beginning. Savings give you a safety net, but they won't make your money grow. That's where investing comes in. Think of your savings as seeds. If you leave them in a jar, they won't do much. But if you plant them in fertile soil and nurture them, they'll grow into something far greater. That's the power of investing. Put your money into things that can generate more money. It could be a business you've always wanted to start, stocks that offer potential returns, or even an investment in your own education and skills. Every dollar you invest wisely has the potential to multiply over time. Investing isn't gambling, though. It's not about throwing your money at every opportunity that comes your way. It's about making calculated decisions based on research and understanding. Learn to manage risks. Study the opportunities before you. Understand the market, the risks involved, and the potential rewards. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. But don't be so afraid of risks that you never take any. The right balance is key. And remember, patience is part of the process. Investments take time to grow, just like seeds take time to sprout. Charity also plays a crucial role in your financial journey. When you give, you remind yourself that money isn't just about accumulating wealth. It's about making an impact. Giving back keeps you grounded and humble. It helps you appreciate what you have and teaches you the joy of helping others. Whether it's supporting a cause, helping a friend in need, or simply sharing your resources, charity adds a deeper meaning to your financial success. And when you give, you often find that life gives back to you in unexpected ways. Tracking your money is another habit you can't afford to ignore. So many people earn and spend without any idea of where their money goes. They're shocked at the end of the month when they have nothing left, but they've never taken the time to examine their spending habits. If you don't know where your money is going, you're not in control. It's in control of you. Start tracking every dollar. Write it down, use a budgeting app, or create a spreadsheet. Whatever method works for you, stick to it. When you see the numbers clearly, you'll notice patterns and opportunities for improvement. You'll see where you're overspending and where you can cut back. Let's talk about debt. If you're carrying unnecessary debt, you're holding yourself back. Paying off debt should be a priority, because every dollar you spend on interest is a dollar that could have gone toward building your future. Get rid of high-interest debts as quickly as possible. And once you're free from debt, stay free. Avoid borrowing money for things you don't truly need. Your relationship with money is a reflection of your character. If you're reckless with your spending, it shows a lack of discipline. If you're stingy, it shows fear and scarcity. Aim for balance. Be responsible yet bold. Be generous yet wise. Money can either enslave you or set you free. The choice is yours, and it's a choice you make every day with every financial decision. Here's the truth. Money alone won't make you happy, but the freedom, security, and opportunities it provides can contribute to a life of fulfillment. Use money to create the life you want, to help others, and to grow into the best version of yourself. Spend it wisely, save consistently, invest boldly, and give generously. That's what to do with money. Number 2, time management. Time is the most valuable resource you'll ever have. Unlike money, you can't earn more of it. Once it's gone forever. That's why managing your time effectively isn't just important. It's essential to your success and personal growth. The way you spend your hours defines the life you live, and it all starts with one question. What matters most to you? If you don't know what matters, you'll waste time on what doesn't. Begin by understanding your priorities. Take a moment to identify the areas of your life that truly deserve your attention. It could be your career, your health, your relationships, or your personal development. Once you know what matters, structure your day around those priorities. Most people let distractions dictate their schedules. Don't be one of them. Be intentional about how you spend your time, because every minute wasted is a minute you'll never get back. Effective time management starts with planning. At the start of each day, outline your tasks. Break them into categories: what's urgent, what's important, and what can wait. Focus on the urgent and important tasks first. These are the things that drive progress and move you closer to your goals. Avoid multitasking. It's a myth that dividing your focus helps you achieve more. In reality, multitasking reduces the quality of your work and wastes more time. Focus on one thing at a time and do it well. Another critical aspect of time management is setting boundaries. Learn to say no to things that don't align with your goals. Every yes you give to something unimportant is a no to something that truly matters. Protect your time like you'd protect your most valuable possession, because that's exactly what it is. If someone asks for your time, ask yourself, does this align with my priorities? If not, decline politely but firmly. Procrastination is one of the biggest enemies of time management. It's easy to put things off, telling yourself you'll do them later. But later often turns into never. The key to overcoming procrastination is action. Start small if you have to, but start. Once you begin, momentum builds, and tasks that seemed overwhelming become manageable. You also need to eliminate distractions. In today's world, distractions are everywhere. Your phone, social media, endless notifications. These things eat away at your time without you even realizing it. Turn off notifications, set specific times to check your phone, and create an environment that supports focus. When you're working, work. When you're relaxing, relax. Don't let distractions blur the lines between the two. Time management isn't just about work. It's about balance. Make time for rest, exercise, and meaningful relationships. These aren't luxuries. They're necessities for a fulfilling life. A well-managed day includes time for productivity, growth, and rejuvenation. When you neglect one area, the others suffer. Tracking how you spend your time can also be a game changer. For 1 week, write down everything you do, hour by hour. You'll quickly see patterns, where you're productive, where you're wasting time, and where you can improve. Once you know how you're spending your time, you can make adjustments. Remember, time management isn't about doing more. It's about doing what matters. Every hour you spend on something meaningless is an hour stolen from something meaningful. Take control of your time, and you take control of your life. Time is precious. Manage it wisely. Number 3, profits are better than wages. There's a fundamental truth that separates those who achieve extraordinary success from those who simply get by. The difference between earning wages and earning profits. Wages are what you are paid for the hours you work. They are tied to your time, and your time is finite. Profits, however, are the rewards you earn from creating something valuable, taking risks, and building assets. Wages will help you survive, but profits have the potential to help you thrive and elevate your life to a level you may never have imagined. Wages are important. They are the foundation of financial security. They allow you to meet your basic needs, pay your bills, and provide a sense of stability. But wages are limited by their very nature. No matter how many hours you work, there is always a cap on how much you can earn because your time and energy are finite resources. Profits, on the other hand, are not bound by these limitations. They have no ceiling. They grow as your efforts, creativity, and investments grow. The path to personal and financial freedom lies in shifting your focus from wages to profits. Understanding the difference starts with changing your mindset. Most people are conditioned to think like employees: work hard, get paid, repeat. But if you want to break out of that cycle, you need to start thinking like a creator, an entrepreneur, or an investor. Profits come from value. The more value you create, the more opportunities you will have to earn profits. This requires you to look at the world differently. Instead of asking, how can I earn more? Start asking, what can I create? What problems can I solve? What needs can I fulfill? Entrepreneurship is one of the most effective ways to transition from wages to profits. It doesn't mean you have to start a massive company or invent the next groundbreaking technology. Entrepreneurship can be as simple as turning your skills, passions, or expertise into a business. Whether it's a service you offer, a product you create, or knowledge you share, entrepreneurship allows you to generate profits by meeting the needs of others. The beauty of this approach is that it puts you in control. You're not waiting for someone else to decide your worth or give you a raise. You're taking charge of your own financial destiny. Building profits also requires you to think long-term. Wages provide short-term rewards. They give you a paycheck at the end of the week or month. But profits often take time to build. They require patience, persistence, and the ability to see beyond immediate gratification. This means you might need to start small. Maybe it's a side business you work on during evenings and weekends. Maybe it's an investment portfolio that grows slowly over the years. The key is to start. Small steps, taken consistently, can lead to big results over time. Investing is another powerful way to generate profits. When you invest, you're making your money work for you instead of working for your money. Investments can take many forms: stocks, real estate, mutual funds, or even starting your own business. The goal is to use your resources wisely and strategically to create returns that grow over time. Investing isn't about taking reckless risks. It's about making informed, calculated decisions that align with your goals and values. This is why financial education is so important. The more you understand how money works, the better equipped you will be to make smart investment choices. Shifting your focus to profits also requires you to develop a mindset of ownership. When you work for wages, you're helping someone else build their dream. When you aim for profits, you're building your own. This shift in perspective is powerful. It encourages you to take responsibility for your success and to stop relying on external factors or other people to determine your future. Ownership means taking initiative, embracing challenges, and being willing to step outside your comfort zone. Profits aren't just about financial gain, they're about freedom. Wages tie you to a schedule, a boss, and often a lifestyle that feels restrictive. Profits open doors. They give you the freedom to choose how you spend your time, where you invest your energy, and what kind of life you want to create. This freedom is invaluable. It allows you to focus on what truly matters to you, whether that's spending time with loved ones, pursuing your passions, or making a positive impact in the world. Building profits isn't easy, and it doesn't happen overnight. It requires effort, discipline, and a commitment to continuous learning. You need to be willing to adapt, take calculated risks, and learn from your mistakes. But the rewards are worth it. Profits provide not only financial security, but also the confidence and fulfillment that come from knowing you are in control of your own destiny. To get started, take a close look at your current financial situation. How much of your income comes from wages? How much comes from profits or investments? If the majority of your income is tied to your time, it's time to start exploring ways to diversify. Look for opportunities to create additional streams of income. This could mean starting a side business, investing in real estate, or monetizing a hobby or skill. The goal is to gradually shift the balance so that more of your income comes from profits rather than wages. Keep in mind that profits are not about quick fixes or shortcuts. They are about creating sustainable value. This requires hard work, strategic planning, and a willingness to persevere through challenges. But with the right mindset and approach, anyone can start building profits. It's not about being lucky or having special connections. It's about being proactive, resourceful, and committed to your own growth. Wages can help you survive, but profits will help you thrive. They represent the value you bring to the world and the potential you have to create something bigger than yourself. Choose to invest in yourself, your skills, and your vision. Start small but dream big. The journey from wages to profits is one of the most empowering and rewarding paths you can take. It's not just about financial success. It's about creating a life of freedom, fulfillment, and purpose. Profits are not just better than wages. They are the key to unlocking your true potential. Number 4, financial independence. Financial independence is not just a concept. It's a state of being where you no longer rely on others to sustain your life. It's the freedom to live on your own terms without being bound by financial constraints or dependent on a paycheck. It's about having control over your money instead of letting money control you. Achieving financial independence requires discipline, strategy, and a clear understanding of what it truly means to be financially free. At its core, financial independence is the ability to cover your expenses without having to actively work for income. It doesn't mean you stop working, it means you have the choice. The money you've saved, invested, or generated through passive income streams provides you with the freedom to decide how to spend your time. It's not about being wealthy. It's about having security and autonomy. The journey to financial independence begins with knowing where you stand. Assess your current financial situation. What are your sources of income? How much debt do you carry? What are your spending habits? Without a clear understanding of your financial picture, it's impossible to chart a path forward. This self-awareness is the foundation for making meaningful changes. Creating a budget is one of the first steps toward financial independence. A budget isn't just a list of expenses. It's a tool that gives you control over your money. It helps you track where your money is going and ensures that you're living within your means. A common misconception is that budgeting is restrictive. In reality, it's empowering. It allows you to prioritize what matters most and eliminate unnecessary spending. Debt is one of the biggest obstacles to financial independence. It's impossible to move forward when you're weighed down by financial obligations that drain your resources. Paying off high-interest debt should be a top priority. Focus on reducing your liabilities one step at a time. Start with small victories, such as paying off a credit card, and use that momentum to tackle larger debts. The less you owe, the more freedom you'll have to invest in your future. Saving is the cornerstone of financial independence. It's not just about putting money aside. It's about creating a safety net that protects you from life's uncertainties. Aim to build an emergency fund that can cover 3 to 6 months of living expenses. This cushion gives you peace of mind and prevents you from falling into debt during unexpected situations. Investing is the bridge that takes you from financial stability to financial independence. It's about making your money work for you, whether it's through stocks, real estate, mutual funds, or other investment vehicles. The goal is to grow your wealth over time. Investing requires patience and a willingness to learn. It's not about taking risks blindly. It's about making informed decisions that align with your goals. Passive income is a key element of financial independence. Unlike active income, which requires your time and effort, passive income continues to flow even when you're not working. This could come from rental properties, dividends, royalties, or side businesses. Building passive income streams takes time, but once established, they provide a steady source of financial security. Living below your means is essential for achieving financial independence. It's not about deprivation. It's about making intentional choices. Focus on needs rather than wants. Avoid the trap of lifestyle inflation, spending more as you earn more. The less you spend, the more you can save and invest. This mindset creates a cycle of growth and stability that accelerates your journey toward independence. Setting clear financial goals is crucial. Without a destination in mind, it's easy to lose direction. Define what financial independence looks like for you. Is it retiring early? Traveling the world? Starting a business? Your goals will shape your strategy and keep you motivated. Break these goals into smaller milestones to track your progress and celebrate your achievements along the way. Achieving financial independence isn't just about money. It's about mindset. It requires discipline, patience, and a long-term perspective. It means making sacrifices today for a better tomorrow. It means saying no to instant gratification and yes to sustainable growth. The journey is not always easy, but the freedom it brings is worth every effort. Surround yourself with knowledge and like-minded individuals. Learn from those who have achieved financial independence and adapt their strategies to fit your circumstances. Read books, attend seminars, and seek advice from financial experts. The more you educate yourself, the better equipped you'll be to make decisions that lead to lasting success. Financial independence is not a destination, it's a journey. It's about building habits, making informed choices, and taking consistent action. Every step you take brings you closer to a life where you're not tied to a job or paycheck. It's about reclaiming your time, your energy, and your future. This path isn't reserved for the wealthy or the privileged. Anyone can achieve financial independence with the right mindset and strategy. It's not about how much you earn. It's about how you manage what you have. It's about being intentional with your resources and using them to create a life of freedom and fulfillment. Financial independence is the ultimate form of empowerment. It allows you to live life on your own terms, free from financial stress and limitations. It's not just about having money. It's about having the power to choose. Start today. Take control of your finances, invest in your future, and work toward a life of independence and freedom. Number 5, key things you need to do. Life demands focus, action, and consistency to reach its full potential. The key things you need to do are not complicated, but they require discipline and clarity. These actions serve as the foundation for success in every area of life, from personal growth to professional achievements. When you master the basics, everything else falls into place. The first step is setting clear goals. Without direction, life becomes aimless. Define what you want to achieve in specific, measurable terms. Vague aspirations lead to vague results. Whether it's financial security, career success, or better health, knowing exactly what you're working toward gives your efforts purpose and focus. Write your goals down and revisit them often. Adjust them as needed, but never lose sight of where you're headed. Time management is another essential element. Time is your most valuable resource, and how you spend it determines the quality of your life. Prioritize tasks that align with your goals and eliminate distractions. Break your day into focused periods of work and rest. Procrastination and wasted time are the biggest obstacles to progress. A well-organized schedule keeps you on track and ensures you make the most of every moment. Building strong habits is the secret to sustained success. Habits shape your daily life and define your long-term outcomes. Identify the habits that will bring you closer to your goals and commit to practicing them consistently. Small, positive actions done repeatedly create massive results over time. Discipline yourself to stick to these habits, even on days when motivation is lacking. Continuous learning is a non-negotiable aspect of growth. The world is constantly changing, and staying stagnant means falling behind. Invest in yourself by acquiring new knowledge and skills. Read books, take courses, and seek mentorship from people who have achieved what you aspire to. Curiosity and a willingness to adapt are the driving forces behind innovation and personal development. Taking care of your physical health is a key pillar of a successful life. Your body is the vehicle through which you experience the world, and neglecting it hinders everything else. Prioritize regular exercise, a balanced diet, and adequate sleep. Good health fuels your energy, focus, and resilience, enabling you to tackle challenges with greater efficiency. Your mindset determines your reality. Cultivating a positive, resilient attitude is essential for overcoming obstacles and staying motivated. Life will throw curveballs, but how you respond is what matters most. Practice gratitude, focus on solutions rather than problems, and surround yourself with people who uplift and inspire you. A strong mindset turns setbacks into opportunities and challenges into lessons. Financial discipline is another critical component. Money may not buy happiness, but financial stability creates the freedom to pursue what truly matters. Learn to manage your finances wisely. Save a portion of your income, invest in opportunities that align with your goals, and avoid unnecessary debt. Money is a tool that can either empower or enslave you, depending on how you handle it. Developing meaningful relationships is a cornerstone of a fulfilling life. Surround yourself with people who support your growth and share your values. Nurture these connections by showing genuine care and investing time in them. At the same time, let go of toxic relationships that drain your energy and hold you back. The quality of your relationships has a profound impact on your happiness and success. Taking action is where everything comes together. Goals, plans, and strategies mean nothing without execution. Start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can. Perfection is not the goal, progress is. Every small step forward builds momentum and brings you closer to your objectives. Fear and doubt will try to hold you back, but action is the antidote to both. Reflection and adjustment are vital for staying on course. Regularly evaluate your progress and identify areas for improvement. Celebrate your achievements, but don't become complacent. Life is dynamic, and what works today may not work tomorrow. Be willing to adapt your approach as circumstances change, always keeping your ultimate goals in mind. These key actions, setting goals, managing time, building habits, learning continuously, prioritizing health, cultivating a positive mindset, practicing financial discipline, nurturing relationships, taking action, and reflecting regularly form the foundation of a life well lived. They are simple but powerful, requiring consistency and effort. Mastering these basics empowers you to navigate life's challenges, seize opportunities, and create a future aligned with your vision. The path to success isn't about grand gestures or shortcuts. It's about mastering the small, consistent actions that lead to big results over time. When you focus on what truly matters and commit to these key things, you unlock your potential and take control of your destiny. Number 6, take it one step at a time. Progress is a journey, not a sprint. Too often, we become overwhelmed by the magnitude of our goals and dreams. We want everything to happen fast, and when it doesn't, we lose momentum. But here's the truth. True, lasting success doesn't come from taking giant leaps. It's the small, deliberate steps that compound over time. The key to real progress is taking it one step at a time. It's easy to become fixated on the end result, but focusing solely on the finish line can make the journey feel impossible. When you look at the big picture, it can feel too distant or out of reach. That's where the problem lies. You don't need to worry about the entire journey. You just need to focus on the next step. Break your goals down into manageable pieces and take them one at a time. When you break things down, it removes the feeling of being overwhelmed. It gives you a clear, actionable path forward. It allows you to tackle the task with a sense of purpose and clarity. You don't have to know how everything will unfold. You just need to know what to do next. And once that step is done, you'll be ready for the next one. This method keeps you moving forward without the weight of trying to do it all at once. This approach also helps to build momentum. Often the hardest part of starting something new is just taking that first step. But once you get going, even if it's just a small action, it creates movement. This momentum is powerful. It pushes you to continue. And before you know it, you'll look back and realize how far you've come. Each step you take builds on the last, and with each one, you get closer to your goal. Another benefit of taking it one step at a time is that it gives you the flexibility to adjust your course as you go. Life rarely unfolds as planned. Obstacles will appear and unexpected challenges will arise. But when you focus on one step, you don't get too far ahead of yourself. You can adjust, adapt, and pivot as needed. Flexibility is key in navigating life's journey. It allows you to keep moving forward, even when the path isn't as clear as you imagined. Patience plays a significant role here. We live in a world of instant gratification, but real meaningful change takes time. It's easy to get discouraged when things don't happen quickly, but success doesn't come from rushing the process. It comes from staying committed, step by step, until you reach the destination. Time is your ally if you allow it to be. Each day you spend taking those small steps is one day closer to where you want to be. Focus on consistency over intensity. It's better to take consistent small steps every day than to burn yourself out trying to make huge, dramatic changes all at once. This is where most people fail. They overestimate what they can do in the short term and burn out. Or they become disillusioned because they didn't achieve the results they expected. But steady, consistent effort, no matter how small, will always outpace bursts of intensity that are unsustainable. As you move forward, celebrate each step. Acknowledge the progress you've made, even if it feels small. This not only boosts your confidence, but it also reinforces your commitment to the process. Every step is an achievement. Every step moves you closer. Don't wait for the big win to celebrate. Appreciate the small victories along the way. They matter, and they add up over time. Taking it one step at a time also prevents you from overthinking. It's easy to get stuck in analysis paralysis, thinking about every possible outcome before you take action. But this only keeps you stuck in place. Instead, focus on taking the next step. You don't need to know everything. You just need to take the action that's in front of you. The answers will come with each step you take. Remember, the journey is a marathon, not a sprint. You don't have to rush. Success doesn't have a set timeline. It unfolds as you put in the effort, step by step. Don't compare your journey to others. Everyone moves at their own pace, and that's okay. Your path will look different, and that's exactly how it's supposed to be. Focus on your own progress, your own next step. The road to success can feel long, but the key is to keep moving forward. No step is too small if it brings you closer to your goal. Trust the process. Trust that every action you take will eventually lead to the results you want. The only failure is in not trying at all. So take the first step today, then take the next one, and keep going. Each step is one step closer to where you want to be. Number 7, getting rich is easy. The idea of getting rich often feels like a distant dream, something that's reserved for a select few, or a goal that's hard to attain. But the reality is, getting rich isn't as complicated as most people think. It's not about waiting for some breakthrough moment or waiting for the right time. It's about making smart decisions, being consistent, and understanding the principles of wealth creation. The first truth you must understand is that getting rich isn't about luck. It's about creating value. Wealth doesn't come from chance. It comes from doing something valuable for others and doing it repeatedly. You can't sit around hoping someone will hand you money. You have to create something that people are willing to pay for. Whether it's a product, service, or expertise, your ability to provide something valuable is what will make you rich. Start by understanding that the world pays you for your value, not your time. The more value you provide, the more you will earn. This is why the wealthy are often able to make money without necessarily working more hours. They've built systems, businesses, or investments that generate wealth for them. When you build something that creates value, you create the potential for unlimited income. Wages are limited, but profits from value creation are not. The second thing you need to grasp is that wealth requires discipline and patience. It's not about hitting it big overnight. The wealthy don't usually get rich because they make huge risky bets. They get rich because they build wealth slowly, consistently, and intelligently. Whether it's saving a percentage of what you earn, investing, or building a business, the power lies in doing it consistently. Getting rich is not about doing a lot of things all at once. It's about doing a few things right, over and over again. One of the easiest paths to getting rich is investing. This doesn't mean you need to be a stock market expert or make high-risk investments. It just means using the money you earn wisely. Invest in assets that grow over time. Real estate, stocks, or a business venture are all great ways to make your money work for you. And remember, the key to investing is patience. Wealth grows when you stay committed and let your investments compound over time. Building wealth also requires shifting your mindset. Stop thinking like a consumer and start thinking like a creator. Wealthy individuals look for opportunities to create value, not just consume what's already out there. You should ask yourself, what problem can I solve? Or what need can I fulfill? By solving problems and meeting needs, you naturally create value. And when you create value, you get paid. When you shift your focus to providing value rather than simply consuming, you open yourself up to endless opportunities. Another factor in getting rich is understanding the power of leverage. Leverage isn't just about money. It's about using your time, your knowledge, and the resources around you to multiply your efforts. The wealthy understand that they don't need to do everything on their own. They use the resources around them, people, systems, money, to create more value than they could by doing it alone. This is why successful business owners hire teams, why investors build portfolios, and why entrepreneurs scale their operations. They use leverage to maximize their output and wealth. It's also crucial to understand that getting rich doesn't require a degree in business or finance. Most of the wealthiest people didn't inherit their money or have advanced degrees. They had a mindset that said, I can create value and I will build wealth. If you're willing to learn, adapt, and act, getting rich can be simple. Start small, make educated decisions, and consistently improve. Wealth isn't about being the smartest person in the room. It's about making smarter decisions than the person who isn't thinking about building wealth at all. Take the time to learn about money and finance. Educate yourself on how money works. Don't assume that because you're not born into wealth, it's not possible for you. Everyone starts somewhere. But the difference between those who get rich and those who don't is how much they understand money. Start reading books, listening to podcasts, or taking courses on wealth building. The more you know, the better decisions you'll make, and the easier it will be to get rich. The path to wealth doesn't require secret knowledge. It doesn't require extraordinary luck. It just requires the right mindset, patience, and consistency. When you understand the value you can provide, focus on solving problems, and continuously work toward building and investing your wealth, getting rich becomes a natural outcome. Success doesn't come from doing things differently than others. It comes from doing the right things consistently and doing them better. The secret to getting rich isn't about magic or waiting for the stars to align. It's about taking consistent, deliberate actions that build wealth over time. It's about learning, growing, and focusing on providing value to the world. Getting rich is easy when you shift your mindset from scarcity to abundance. When you focus on creating value and building wealth, opportunities will find you. You just need to be prepared to recognize them and act. So start today. Start small, think big, and keep moving forward. Each step you take brings you closer to the life you want. Don't wait for permission. The world is full of opportunity. Go out and claim yours. Number 8, the law of averages. The law of averages is a simple yet powerful concept that can transform the way you approach success. At its core, it tells you that if you keep doing something long enough, eventually you'll experience success, no matter how many times you fail along the way. The law of averages is not about perfection. It's about persistence. It's about recognizing that with enough effort, time, and action, the odds will eventually work in your favor. You see, the law of averages is grounded in the principle that outcomes are determined by probabilities. If you throw enough punches, some are bound to land. If you make enough calls, eventually someone will say yes. If you keep learning and improving, success is inevitable. The key is to understand that you don't need to be perfect to succeed. You just need to be consistent. Most people give up too soon. They try something once, twice, or even 3 times, and when they don't see immediate results, they assume it's not meant to be. But this is where the law of averages kicks in. The more you put yourself out there, the more opportunities you create. If you keep pushing forward, the chances of success become increasingly higher. Every no gets you one step closer to a yes. Every failure is a lesson that moves you toward your goal. Take a moment to think about how many people fail to reach their goals because they stop too early. They get discouraged after facing rejection, disappointment, or criticism. But the reality is, these challenges are part of the process. The law of averages works because every setback is an opportunity to learn and improve. The more you fail, the closer you get to success. It's about accumulating experience, refining your approach, and becoming more capable over time. For example, let's look at sales. If you're in sales and you make 10 cold calls, you might hear no 9 times. But that 10th call could be the one that leads to a sale. That's the law of averages in action. It's about recognizing that each rejection is a small part of a larger process that in the end will bring you closer to your goal. If you stop after 5 calls, you'll never know how close you were to a yes. But if you keep making those calls, if you commit to the process, you increase your chances of success. The same principle applies to many areas of life, not just business. Whether you're trying to build new habits, improve your health, learn a skill, or grow a network, the law of averages applies. It's about knowing that progress is not always linear. You won't always see immediate results, but that doesn't mean you're not making progress. With every effort, you're stacking the odds in your favor. The more actions you take, the more likely success becomes. Consistency is the key to unlocking the law of averages. It's not about doing things perfectly. It's about showing up every day and putting in the work. The more you repeat positive behaviors, the more the average works in your favor. This applies to everything. If you want to get better at something, practice it every day. If you want to get stronger, hit the gym regularly. If you want to build wealth, save and invest consistently. The more you do something, the greater the probability that you will see results. One of the best examples of the law of averages is the process of building wealth. Wealth doesn't happen overnight. It happens through steady, consistent actions that accumulate over time. It's about investing regularly, no matter the market conditions, and allowing the law of averages to work its magic. When you commit to long-term investments, you're allowing your money to compound, and the more you invest, the higher the chances of success. It's not about timing the market. It's about staying in the game long enough for the law of averages to reward your persistence. Another example is fitness. If you commit to working out consistently, even if you don't see immediate results, the law of averages guarantees that you'll start seeing progress over time. It's the same with learning. If you keep studying and practicing, even if it feels like you're not getting anywhere, the odds will eventually catch up with you. Each small improvement adds up. Keep showing up, and the results will follow. The law of averages can also be a game changer in your personal relationships. It's about putting in the effort over time. The more you connect with people, build rapport, and nurture relationships, the more likely it is that you'll attract the right connections and opportunities. It's not about forcing relationships or trying to control outcomes. It's about giving yourself the best chance by consistently putting in the effort. The more genuine connections you make, the greater the likelihood that one of those connections will open doors for you. The law of averages also applies to mental and emotional growth. If you're working on becoming a better person, it's important to recognize that growth is not always obvious. You may not see the changes day to day, but if you keep putting in the effort to improve, the odds will eventually turn in your favor. The law of averages works because growth happens in increments. It's about putting in the time, learning from your mistakes, and pushing forward even when the results aren't immediately visible. Many people make the mistake of thinking success is about luck or timing, but luck is irrelevant when it comes to the law of averages. The more actions you take, the more likely success becomes. The key is to stay persistent, keep learning, and continue putting in the effort. Success isn't guaranteed because of any magic formula. It's guaranteed because you're stacking the odds in your favor through consistent action. The law of averages also teaches you that success is a numbers game. The more you do something, the higher the chance of success. You might not hit a home run every time, but with enough swings, you'll eventually get one. This is why persistence is so important. Every small effort counts, and when combined over time, they create momentum that leads to success. So stop worrying about failure or rejection. Understand that every no is just part of the journey. If you commit to the process and keep taking action, the law of averages guarantees that success will eventually come. The more you put in, the more you will get out. It's not about being perfect, it's about being consistent. Keep moving forward and the odds will work in your favor. Number 9, be a student, not a follower. In life, you're presented with a choice: to follow others blindly or to be a student of the world around you. Being a follower is easy. It's comfortable, requires little effort, and doesn't challenge you to think critically. But it also keeps you stuck in someone else's path, limiting your potential and your growth. On the other hand, being a student means embracing learning, questioning everything, and developing your own understanding of the world. This path is harder, but it's the only way to truly evolve and reach your potential. A follower simply imitates what others do. They latch onto trends, opinions, and the ways of others, never questioning or exploring beyond what is given to them. Followers often believe that success lies in copying someone else's formula for achievement. But success doesn't come from copying. It comes from understanding. It's about learning what works, analyzing why it works, and making it your own. Being a follower may give you temporary results, but it will never give you true fulfillment or long-term success. A student, on the other hand, is someone who is actively seeking knowledge. They don't just accept things at face value. They ask questions, dive deeper, and seek to understand the principles behind actions. They learn from both their own mistakes and the successes of others, but they do not blindly copy. They adapt, innovate, and personalize the information they learn. Being a student requires curiosity, self-discipline, and a relentless commitment to growth. It's about constantly improving and challenging your own ideas, never settling for mediocrity. The difference between a student and a follower is in their mindset. A follower relies on external validation and approval. They look for confirmation that their choices are correct by comparing themselves to others. A student, however, seeks internal validation. They measure their success by their own growth and understanding. The student's value lies not in conforming, but in becoming their best version. They don't need others to define their worth because they know their worth is in their ability to learn, adapt, and grow. Being a student means recognizing that learning is a lifelong process. It doesn't stop when you graduate or when you start your first job. Life doesn't hand you all the answers, and the more you try to learn, the more you realize how much you don't know. This realization can be intimidating, but it's also liberating. When you embrace being a student, you accept that there's always something new to discover, and that's what makes life exciting. It encourages you to push the boundaries of your knowledge, stepping out of your comfort zone and exploring areas that make you uncomfortable. It's through this discomfort that growth happens. One of the greatest mistakes people make is thinking they know it all. They stop learning because they think they've figured everything out. This mentality will limit your potential and keep you stuck. In contrast, a student knows that there is always more to learn, and they approach every situation with an open mind. They are humble enough to admit when they don't know something and brave enough to seek out the knowledge they need. The path of a student requires a willingness to fail. Failure is often seen as something to avoid, but it's actually an essential part of learning. Followers might fear failure because it challenges their idea of success. But students embrace failure as an opportunity to grow. Every mistake made is a lesson learned. Instead of being defeated by failure, a student uses it as a stepping stone toward greater knowledge and better decision-making. They understand that the most successful people are often those who have failed the most because they've learned the most from those experiences. Being a student also means taking responsibility for your own growth. It's easy to blame external factors for your lack of success or development. Followers often look for someone to lead them, someone to show them the way, someone to blame when things don't go as planned. But a student knows that their future is in their own hands. They're proactive about their learning. They don't wait for the right circumstances. They create those circumstances. They read books, seek mentors, attend seminars, and most importantly, they take action. The student knows that success doesn't come from sitting back and waiting. It comes from taking initiative and putting in the work. The benefits of being a student extend beyond personal growth. When you approach life as a student, you attract opportunities. People recognize that you are committed to learning and evolving, and they want to help you along the way. When you ask questions, when you seek knowledge, others are more likely to offer guidance, share their experiences, and invest in you. The world rewards those who show curiosity, drive, and an eagerness to improve. As you grow, your network grows, and your opportunities expand. People will want to be around you, to support you, and to learn from you. Being a student also means being adaptable. Life isn't static, and neither should your mindset be. The world is constantly changing, and if you remain rigid in your thinking, you'll miss out on opportunities. Followers often resist change because it challenges their preconceived notions. But students embrace change. They recognize that every new development in the world offers a chance to learn something new, and they're excited to grow alongside those changes. They're willing to pivot, to adjust their approach, and to remain open to new ideas. A key part of being a student is being willing to question the status quo. Followers typically accept things as they are without asking why. They're content with the way things work and believe they have no power to change them. But students challenge the way things are. They ask why and how and what if. They search for better ways and they innovate. Instead of accepting limitations, they break through them. The student's mindset is that the world can always be better, and they have the power to make it so. This is the mindset that fuels progress and drives success. It's important to note that being a student doesn't mean being passive. It's easy to read a book or attend a seminar and walk away without taking action. But a true student takes what they've learned and applies it. They are not content with knowledge alone. They take that knowledge and use it to create change in their own lives and the lives of others. A student's learning is always tied to action. They are constantly testing and refining their knowledge in the real world. And it's through this process of application that they experience growth. To be a student is to commit to personal evolution. It's about pushing yourself to become better, smarter, and more capable every day. It's not about following the crowd or waiting for someone to tell you what to do. It's about taking ownership of your journey. Being a student means embracing uncertainty, welcoming challenges, and never giving up on the pursuit of knowledge. It's the path to true success, because when you stop learning, you stop growing. Stay curious, stay humble, and keep learning, because that's the only way to achieve greatness. Number 10, never make excuses. Excuses are the silent killers of progress. They creep in, disguised as valid reasons why things didn't work out. But in reality, they're nothing more than a way to avoid taking responsibility for your actions or lack of them. Every time you make an excuse, you surrender control over your life. You give up the power to change your situation and put the blame on circumstances, other people, or even fate. The harsh truth is that there are no valid excuses. Life doesn't care about your excuses, and neither should you. If you want to succeed, it's time to stop making excuses and start taking action. Excuses are easy. They're the path of least resistance. When you face a challenge, it's easier to justify your inaction than to find a solution. It's tempting to say you're too tired, too busy, or too overwhelmed to make progress. But what happens when you make excuses? You stay stuck. You don't move forward and you don't grow. You remain in the same spot, wondering why things aren't changing. The world rewards action, not excuses. The people who succeed are the ones who take responsibility and push forward, no matter the obstacles in their way. The real enemy of success is not failure, it's excuses. Failure is just a part of the journey. Everyone faces failure at some point, but what separates the successful from the unsuccessful is how they react to it. Successful people don't wallow in failure, they learn from it. They see failure as a lesson, not a reason to stop. Excuses, on the other hand, are the reason people give up. They create stories in their minds that make it easier to accept defeat and walk away. But every excuse is a choice, and every time you choose to make an excuse, you reinforce a mindset of defeat. There is a deep sense of empowerment in taking ownership of your life and actions. The moment you stop making excuses is the moment you take full control of your destiny. It's not about pretending that everything is perfect or ignoring real challenges. It's about choosing to face them head on, without hiding behind excuses. When you accept that your results are your responsibility, you stop blaming others and start creating solutions. You realize that you have everything you need to succeed, but you must act, not make excuses. One of the most common excuses people make is that they don't have enough time. Everyone has the same 24 hours in a day, yet some people accomplish more than others. The difference isn't time, it's how people choose to use it. If you're spending your days scrolling through social media, watching TV, or procrastinating, then you're choosing to waste time. The truth is, time is your most valuable resource, and how you use it determines your future. When you stop making excuses about not having time, you start prioritizing what matters. You make time for the things that will move you closer to your goals, and you stop wasting it on distractions. Another common excuse is lack of resources. People often believe that they need more money, better equipment, or more connections to succeed. But this is just another excuse to avoid taking action. You don't need a massive budget or the perfect set of tools to start working towards your goals. All you need is determination, resourcefulness, and the willingness to start where you are. The world is full of stories of people who started with nothing but their passion and a drive to succeed. They didn't wait for the perfect circumstances. They created their own opportunities. The resources you need are often within reach, but you must be willing to work with what you have. Fear is another excuse that holds people back. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown. These fears can paralyze you and keep you from taking the first step. But fear is just a feeling. It's not a reason to stop. Every successful person has faced fear. The difference is that they didn't let it control them. They took action despite their fear. When you face your fears, you gain confidence and strength. Fear can be a powerful motivator if you let it be. The key is to acknowledge the fear, take a deep breath, and move forward anyway. Success doesn't come from waiting for fear to disappear. It comes from acting in spite of it. One of the biggest excuses people make is that they don't know where to start. They feel overwhelmed by the idea of accomplishing their goals, unsure of the first step to take. But the first step is always simple. Start. Break your goals down into smaller, manageable tasks and take the first step today. The idea of a huge goal can be intimidating, but when you focus on one step at a time, it becomes much more achievable. Action, no matter how small, is what creates momentum. The key is to start, even if it's not perfect. Perfection is a trap. It's an excuse that keeps you from moving forward. Start where you are, with what you have, and adjust as you go. There's also the excuse of, I don't have enough support. Many people feel that they need validation from others in order to take action. They seek approval, encouragement, or a helping hand before they make a move. The truth is, you don't need anyone's permission to succeed. You are the only one who can determine your path. You don't need the approval of others to take the next step. Of course, support is valuable, but waiting for it before taking action is just another form of procrastination. You have the power to make things happen on your own. You don't need to wait for someone to give you permission or for the perfect conditions to line up. The harsh reality is that excuses keep you trapped. They keep you in a cycle of inaction and frustration. They feed your self-doubt and prevent you from seeing the opportunities around you. When you stop making excuses, you take back your power. You embrace the uncomfortable truth that your success is in your hands and no one else's. You stop looking for reasons why you can't succeed and start focusing on the reasons why you can. You take responsibility for your results and stop waiting for circumstances to change. You create the change you want to see in your life, and you do it by taking action, no excuses. At the end of the day, success doesn't happen by chance. It happens by choice. It happens by showing up every day, even when it's hard. It happens by refusing to make excuses. When you stop making excuses, you step into your true potential. You stop waiting for the perfect time or the perfect circumstances. You stop letting fear, time, money, or other people's opinions hold you back. Instead, you focus on what you can control and take relentless action. No excuses, just results.